Have you ever been working with someone and could sense an energy that maybe wasn't theirs or yours, or something felt off and you just couldn't put your finger on it? Well, they may have been experiencing an entity or energy attachment. Welcome back to another video. My name is Matt Schmidt and I guide people to heal themselves. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some signs that you can look for to tell if your client, your patient, has an entity or energy attachment. I'm also going to be sharing with you a few of the things to help you drop some of the fear and misconceptions around this little talked about world. This video is designed for anyone that works with other people, anyone in the healing professions. This could be your traditional Reiki or shamanic work, but also therapists, hypnotherapists, life coaches, even anyone in the medical profession. Okay, so that's why I created this video. My old view around this whole field was I didn't believe any of this stuff existed. Okay, even the way that I was trained was this is just a part of a person's mind that's coming through and you have to address it as that. This isn't something outside of them that's attached to them or connected to them in any way. Okay, so that's how I went in addressing things. That was my old view. And sometimes that may be the case, honestly. You may be getting these compartmentalized versions of a person and it feels like something separate from themselves. But once you dig and kind of ask more questions, you'll be able to kind of tease this out and figure stuff out. All right, so the more you dig, I get to ask questions in my work to my client, but depending on the type of work you do, just keep prying, keep digging, and it'll become more and more apparent that there's something that's off. The thing that shifted my view was pretty profound. In my work, I'm talking through what I refer to as the person's higher self. And usually that's where we get this higher wisdom guidance to help the person navigate life. And the person I was talking to what I thought was their higher self, and the answers just kept feeling more and more off. Until I remember there was one time I asked what this person needed to do in order for something in their body to heal, and I was told, just die. They need to die or kill themselves. Like, okay, I guess I'm not talking to their higher self anymore, but I also didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to address that part. So in that case, yeah, it became very apparent that something's off. Couldn't put my finger on it, didn't know what to do. And that's kind of that pushed me into this whole field. I had to learn out of necessity because I want to have all the tools at my disposal for helping a person. I want to get a person where they need to get, and I knew I needed to figure out something different in order to make that happen for this person. All right, so that was this push that changed my view. If you don't address this part of them, this is going to interfere with any work that you're hoping to do. This is going to cloud them, this is going to be in the way, and this is going to be at the forefront of everything. These parts are really sneaky because they do blend with the person, so it may seem like them in the beginning, but the more, like I said, the more you question stuff, the more you pry, things will get more off and off. I love doing this work because the results are so instant. There's an instant noticeable shift when this part of them leaves, and it's profound. When I started doing this, I want to share this with you because there's a lot of fear around this crap. When I started doing this, I expected this work to be just a slightly less dramatic version of The Exorcist. I really thought it was all going to be like that way. It's not, okay? If you just come from a good place of love, a good place of compassion, this can be a gentle process. There's some people that love the drama of this and they're spitting stuff and calling on I don't know, they make it dramatic, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, if you're looking for that, if you're going in with that intention, if you're looking for a fight, guess what? You're gonna make it a fight. Okay, but the majority of the times it doesn't have to be all stick. All right. Come from that place of love and keep in mind these things. I say energy attachment because that really encompasses everything. That encompasses disincarnate souls, that encompasses energy, thought forms, even just things that are more abstract. So energy attachment covers everything. And that way people aren't freaked out either. So I just say, oh, it's this energy that's attached to you. Okay. Nice thing in my work is I get to talk to it. So we get to figure out why it's there, why the person drew it, why they were drawn together. You get the whole story behind all of it, and it provides a lot of insight. So it's kind of what I want to share with you today. All right, I always find that there's like some sort of relationship. There's some hole that this energy came in to fill. There's some like magnetic resonance with that drew it into it. The person may have asked for it unconsciously. Maybe they're at a low spot in their life and they're like, oh, I could really use a friend. I feel so alone. And guess what? Something shows up. Okay, so keep in mind these things don't have an agenda. They're not out to attack you. They're not out to get you. They're there for a reason, and I just kind of look at it as an opportunity. Okay, it's an opportunity for your client to address something within themselves that doesn't feel whole, doesn't feel complete, that feels like it needs this other energy. But it's also an opportunity for you to grow as an individual, grow as a practitioner, and to learn this aspect of work. So I kind of see it both ways. Okay. All right, so like I said, it's not good, it's not bad, it's not evil. Like a bacteria is just a bacteria. It only knows how to be a bacteria. It doesn't make it good, it doesn't make it bad, it just is what it is. Okay, and once you can see it from that, you can actually, I don't know, it demystifies a lot of this process. All right. Keep in mind this is usually someone's like uncle, this is someone's grandma. This isn't like this dark entity that's like out to attack this person. Even if it is, you can still talk to it. It's still there for a reason, still showing up for the reason, and you can still help it along in the same way. All right, so now to get to some of those signs that will kind of lead you to believe like, oh yeah, there is something attached to this person that's not this person. Keep in mind that some of these factors may be signs of something else, but when you put them all together, you can have a pretty good idea that, yep, there's some interfering energy that's affecting this person. All right, first, I would like to say that if there's like a sudden shift in the person's personality, and this is maybe while you're talking to them or what you've noticed, or even like pay attention to the words that they use. Oh, I just haven't felt like myself in years. Once this happened, I noticed there's like this shift in me and I just can't get back to me. So listen to the words that they're using and just pick up on those subtle cues. Okay, maybe they felt like they're drained, they haven't had energy. These things that are attached to us, they may not be harmful, but they also are requiring our energy and they're draining our energy. So another thing you pick up on, maybe they have some weird like triggers. They'll mention like, oh yeah, when I drive by this one house, I get this like tightness in my chest that I never used to feel before. I have no idea what that's from. Okay, pay attention to those things. All right, maybe there's a mismatch between what the person is feeling, the way they feel emotionally or mentally or physically, and their environment. So maybe they have everything's great in their environment, but they're like, I don't feel good. This disconnect between these two areas may be an indicator of that. All right, another thing is like odd cravings that kind of pop up. They may mention something like, I'm a vegetarian, but I've been craving meat lately. Okay. Keep in mind all these can be signs of something else, but these are all things that you kind of like listen for and pick out. And when you get a bunch of these together, it's like, okay, something else is going on here. All right. As far as you're concerned, being on the practitioner side is, trusting your intuition. If you get a feeling or a sensing or a knowing that there's like this energy attached to them, go with that. Trust that intuition. For me, it's kind of like this feeling, this knowing. It'll just kind of like pop into my head that that's a thing. All right. Some people may see it. You may have like a different perception than others, and you can actually see these energies in physical space. A lot of people that I know actually see it in their mind's eye. They'll see like a darkness attached to this person or a dark figure behind them or something like that. Okay, so find the way that works for you and then learn how to trust that. I have a couple indicators at my house. I have a dog and a cat. When a person walks in, the cat starts hissing at them. Yeah, thanks, cat. They have a greater awareness than we have, so pay attention to these animal cues because those will be good indicators for you. All right. When I'm working with a person, another like pretty sure tell that something is is attached to them is while we're working, like I said, when you're digging, when you're prying, it feels that pressure and it'll start bouncing around their body. Oh, I feel a pain in my shoulder. Oh, now it's in my knee. Oh, it's in the bottom of my foot. Okay, you're on the right track. Okay, keep following that, and you'll be able to kind of tease it out. Okay, and finally, another indicator is all of a sudden the person wants to be done. They don't want to be there anymore. Instantly, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be here." They're like, "Oh, I think we're done. I think we don't have to do anymore." Okay, so all these are indicators that this energy is kind of going into defense mode. It's like in survival mode, and it's gonna do what it needs to protect itself. So it's gonna come out in these weird ways. So kind of keep that in mind. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be getting that a video out to kind of walk you through some of these steps. Just a real basic version because this can be pretty easy once you just know some of the basic things to help these energies move on, and I would love to share that with you. So love to hear your comments on this, thoughts on this, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for being here.